Mom's feeling really unwell, so I'm stepping in for her today. Imagine a tiny girl striding into a powerful CEO's office, dressed in a baggy janitor's outfit. What this successful businessman did in response forever transformed not just her world, but his own too. There she was, standing in the doorway, barely tall enough to reach the doorknob, her bright blonde curls catching the office lights. Her name was Emily, and she looked up with big, determined eyes. "My mom's name is Sarah," she said confidently. "She cleans here, but she's in the hospital right now. I know how to do her job. She taught me everything." James Harrington glanced up from the stack of papers, completely caught off guard. His days were filled with high-stakes deals and endless conference calls, not visits from kindergartners carrying a mop and bucket. But Emily's serious expression told him this was no prank. She had ridden the city bus all by herself, using her saved up allowance just to make sure her mom didn't get in trouble for missing work. James knelt down to her level. "You did all that alone?" he asked softly. She nodded, explaining how her mom had been too dizzy to stand that morning, her breathing labored. The neighbor had called for help, but Emily remembered her mom's worries about the job, the one thing, keeping a roof over their heads. So she put on the oversized uniform and set out on her mission. In that moment, something stirred in James. He'd built a massive company from nothing, but this child's bravery hit him harder than any boardroom battle. He cleared his schedule, got her some fruit punch from his mini fridge, and let her help dust his desk. As she carefully wiped away imaginary spots, spilling a cup of coffee in the process, her little face crumpled in fear. "Please don't fire my mom," she whispered, tears welling up. James reassured her with a gentle smile. "You're the bravest helper I've ever had. No one's getting fired today." Watching her regain her confidence, he felt a warmth he hadn't known in years, a reminder that real strength comes in small packages. Meanwhile, across town in a bustling hospital, Sarah lay in her bed, her mind racing despite the foredrip and monitors. At just 25, she'd faced more hardships than most. Once a promising engineering student with dreams of innovating in the tech world, her life derailed when she fell for a guy who promised the stars but vanished the second she mentioned the baby. Her strict family cut her off, leaving her to fend for herself through odd jobs and sleepless nights. Emily arrived on a chilly autumn evening, and from that day, Sarah poured every ounce of her energy into being the best mom possible. The janitor position at Harrington Industries was her lifeline: steady pay, benefits, a chance to provide stability. But constant fatigue and skipped meals had worn her down, leading to this collapse from severe exhaustion and a respiratory infection. As doctors discussed treatment, Sarah's thoughts weren't on her health. They were on bills, groceries, and not losing her job. Little did she know, her daughter had already sparked a chain of events that would rewrite their story. The next day, James couldn't shake the encounter. He visited Sarah in the hospital, introducing himself not as the boss, but as someone moved by her daughter's courage. Sarah was mortified at first, apologizing profusely. But as they talked, she opened up about her struggles, the abandonment, the isolation, the relentless fight to give Emily a good life. James listened intently, seeing the quiet resilience in her eyes. "You're incredible," he told her, raising a child alone while keeping everything together. That's true power. For the first time in ages, Sarah felt truly seen, not pitied or judged. From there, subtle changes unfolded. James started noticing the behind-the-scenes workers in his building, making small gestures like leaving encouraging notes or helping carry supplies. Sarah returned to work, and their paths crossed more often. Brief smiles in the halls, shared conversations in the break room. What began as kindness blossomed into something deeper. A connection built on mutual respect and shared vulnerabilities, but shadows from the past emerged. Sarah's ex, Michael, reappeared. Sniffing around for money after hearing rumors about her and the CEO, he threatened to stir up trouble, claiming interest in Emily for leverage. Whispers spread through the office, and soon the board confronted James about potential scandals. In a tense meeting, James stood firm. Sarah isn't a risk, she's an asset, a fighter who's shown more dedication than anyone here. And yes, I care about her deeply. If protecting her means walking away from this role, so be it. His words silenced the room, shifting the company's culture toward compassion over cutthroat ambition. With legal help, Sarah secured full custody, sending Michael packing for good. James then encouraged her to revive her engineering passion, creating a role where she could contribute ideas for improving company systems. She dove in, updating outdated software with user-friendly designs that benefited everyone. From executives to entry-level staff, Emily thrived too, becoming a fixture in the office with her drawings and giggles. Over time, the three of them wove together seamlessly: family dinners, park outings, quiet evenings. James proposed on a sunny afternoon picnic, simple and sincere, and Sarah said yes, with Emily cheering them on. Years later, Sarah led a major project launch, her innovations earning praise across the industry. But the real victory was in their everyday joy, a home filled with love, laughter, and security. This tale reminds us that in the rush of life, whether in bustling cities like Toronto or New York, true change starts with one act of kindness. It could be you noticing someone struggling, stepping up like Emily, or opening your heart like James. In a world that often feels disconnected, remember, courage and compassion can rewrite any story, including yours. Let this inspire you too. Reach out today, who knows what beautiful transformations await?